Hey, where's the entrance? Department of Justice.
Right here.
I need to speak with somebody.
Okay. They only do it by appointment. I can give you the phone numbers they give us.
Okay, that's gonna be fine. I drove across the country, and I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody. It's a major
I'll
order.
give you the Civil Rights Division that handles a lot of these.
That's who I need to talk to.
202.
Okay. And what's that number?
202 514.
Okay. I'll. This is impossible. Of course. Straight to voicemail. Straight to voicemail. Hey, are you a U.S. attorney with me? Hello? Hello? Yes, I'm outside of the Department of Justice. I've driven across the country, major civil rights violations, and I've been crying out for help now for years. And I'm finally here, and I need to speak to somebody. I need to turn over all this evidence, and I'm right out front of the Department of Justice right now. I'm not going to leave until I talk to somebody. Chad, if you're watching, I'm on the phone. I'm there. Motherfucker! God damn it. Send me around the fucking world.
Thank you for calling the employment litigation section of this.
You can't reach anybody. They send you around the world. They make you listen to something that's 15 minutes long. Yes, what office is this? Educational office? Well, I can't ever reach anybody for civil rights. That's the problem. Like, I literally had to fish around with numbers just to get somebody to pick up. I'm outside of the Department of Justice right now. I've driven across the country because it's I need to talk to somebody. I cannot deal with this, you know, not getting a return phone call, not getting a return email. I need to talk to somebody about public corruption, it destroyed my life, and I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody. Why would I not be able to talk to a live person? That's your process? But that's not okay. This has gone on for 6 years. I've come across the country, and I'm outside of the Department of Justice right now, and I need to speak to somebody. Somebody can speak to me about major civil rights issues. I've driven all. How many people do you have that literally I've driven all the way over here, and I'm not accepting the answer that nobody's going to talk to me. I have a right under the First Amendment to redress my grievances with my government, and this has completely destroyed my life. I'm not going to accept, you can't talk to somebody live whenever the government is accountable to the people and it's allowing this stuff to go on. You don't. Why not? There's plenty of people in there. Why not? No, I'm more than welcome to file a complaint. why are y'all not? Why are y'all refusing? This is. Do you have a supervisor? I need to speak to somebody. That's not okay. I mean, do I have to literally protest right outside of the Department of Justice just to get somebody to speak to me? Do I have to pitch a tent and literally protest outside of the Department of Justice until somebody will speak to me? Excuse me, sir. I've been crying out for help. I need to speak to somebody in the Department of Justice. Are you a U.S. attorney? It's about major civil rights issues. Hello? Excuse me, sir. So she hung up on me, saying that I could not speak to somebody live today, and that if I wanted, I could file a complaint on the Department of Justice website. This is the problem. There's absolutely zero accountability, even right up here at the top, at the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. They've allowed the U.S. attorneys to stand down and not do their job correctly, allowed them to weaponize and help the state. They've allowed the FBI to sit there with their thumb up their ass, not doing a damn thing. I was talking to one of my to an attorney of mine on the phone this morning, and he said, you know, in regards to this whole thing about the imposter, the FBI imposter call that I received, and he said, well, what if it was real? What if it was an FBI agent? And that's the reason why they're basically, you know, not even acknowledging the fact that you're calling for, you know, investigation and prosecution. And I said, well, if that's the case, then the agency basically admitted its culpability and complicity. So it's either one or the other. It's either it was an FBI imposter that called me, or the alternative is that they admitted complicity and culpability on that call. And so at this point, they need to come out and acknowledge which of the two it is. Because that seemingly small issue right there just adds in to the big picture of everything else going on. The fact that they will literally allow somebody to call and impersonate them and say that they're an FBI agent and refuse to do anything about it and swat me away like a fly. They won't do a thing. They won't talk to me. Drove across the country, refusing to accept them ignoring the situation. So I come over here to actually speak to somebody in person. And their answer here at the top in this big ass building right here is that nobody will speak to me. Nobody. And that's not an acceptable answer, ever. We have the right to redress our grievances with our government. So I'm just going to stand out here. Well, I'm going to go get the attention of a senator here in just a little bit. see how many people come out of here that or go in that I can talk. Hey, sir. What are you doing inside the Department of Justice? No, go right ahead. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm just looking to speak to anybody in the Department of Justice. I drove across the country.
I don't work here.
You don't? You work here? See, this is the reason things like January 6th happen. When the government says fuck you to the people, walls themselves off, refuses to provide oversight and accountability, things like January 6th happen. Because what else do you do whenever the people you're supposed to go to stop a grave injustice like this, when they stonewall you and they're part of the problem? No, you gotta have like special permission to go in there. You gotta have some type of pass, some type of... Do you work with the DOJ? How do you get in there? Hey, how do I get in there? I gotta have an appointment. It's the only way. Why? I don't see how they get away with, you know, walling themselves off from the public, refusing to. Well, I need to speak to somebody. I'm gonna start protesting out here shortly. You know, if I don't, and until I can get the attention of somebody.
Gave you all the numbers, they gave you the people they can contact.
Yeah, and there's a menu you got to listen to that's 15 minutes long, and then nobody's on the other end of the messages.
Yeah.
So that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Man, my press pass was I don't know where I left that. I think I left that in my car. Definitely do not have it in my pockets. I should have. Man, I need to go grab that. That would give me special permission right there. I need to go get my press pass with the crayon. Hey, excuse me, y'all work there? DOJ? I need to speak with somebody. I drove across the country about major civil rights issues. I have to speak to somebody, and they're trying to tell me they won't let me speak to anybody live today.
We're just maintenance. We don't do the government side.
Did you really tell them not to talk to me? And here I am. I drove across. I've got major issues, and you're really telling people not to talk to me? You really going to show the world that you're a tyrant like that? When I got actual legitimate issues, you're going to tell people not to talk to me? That's what a tyrant does. Does that badge and that uniform, the security guard uniform, does that make you feel special? Does that make you feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof? Because I can tell you right now, you're not. Say another fucking ignorant thing like that again. Yeah, take your ass inside. You're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Piece of shit. Excuse me, sir. Are you with the Department of Justice? Just want you to know, you don't always have to be a piece of shit your entire life. You know that, Holmes. Hey, Holmes. People can change. You don't always have to be a piece of shit. People can change. I just want you to know that. You can turn it around. It's all on you. Exactly. Yeah, just to wall themselves off from the public. It's ridiculous. Hey, y'all work with the Department of Justice? I need to speak with somebody. Ma'am, this is how y'all treat the citizens that come over here to have major civil rights issues. Y'all just flat out stonewall them, ignore them. Well, they're showing off the world. They're showing the world that this is how the Department of Justice acts. This is how the Department of Justice treats their job. I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to show it all off. Yeah, people can't say they didn't know about it. That's the thing. Everybody that's watching, or that's refusing to watch, when all that happens, they're going to act shocked, okay? When all along here I've been trying to show this stuff off and show the mass complicity, the culpability. I think they've asked for a protest. What do y'all think? I think the Department of Justice has flat out begged for a protest. Protest they will get. Right out in front of it. I'm about to start protesting. Is what I'm about to. I drove across the country because I've had the worst civil rights violations that have destroyed my life, and they've swatted me away like a fly. The U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, the DOJ as a whole, and after driving all the way over here, they tell me that I can't go inside, I can't talk to anybody unless I have an appointment. And I called, and nobody live will speak to me. The person picked up and said, well, nobody live is going to speak to you today or whatever. No, the government's accountable to the people. When stuff like this is going on, like, there has to be, like, I demand answers. I demand accountability.
Well,
and so,
good luck to you.
I'm going to, yeah, I mean, like I said, if I have to start getting the signs out, which I will, you know, and start protesting right out here in front of the Department of Justice to catch their attention, I will. But I drove across the country to make sure that my voice was not silenced, was not, you know, that they actually listened and looked at this thing. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to take, you know, swatting me away and not listening,
right,
not hearing about it as an answer.
Right. Well, best of luck.
Marine Corps veteran, have to. Thank you. Hey, do you work in the DOJ?
No. I take care, but it's different. What are you out here for?
I traveled across the country to speak to somebody. It's been some of the worst public corruption that's gone on, that I'm tired of being ignored on emails and phone calls, and I need to speak to somebody in person.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Leroy Truth, what's up, my man? This is our Department of Justice that refuses to take accountability. Shoot. That second verse. Go back to it.
Still listening to my heart. Every tear I shed became a weapon in my chest. Every sleepless night just put my will to the test. I ain't just fighting charges, I'm fighting for my name. For my kids to know they daddy never bowed to shame. They took my time, my home, my spark, but couldn't dim the fire burning deep in my heart. Let them judge, let them lie, tear my story apart. But I still breathe truth, I still listen to my heart. I remember cold nights, Galveston still 11 months lost, scars that won't heal. Called insane while they plotted a scheme, but I saw the whole play from behind the screen. Didn't flinch when they brought on the heat, didn't break when the devil tried taking my seat. Didn't fall when the system played dirty, told them I was built for the wall, they ain't worthy. Madeline gone, yeah, the silence hit hard like echoes of laughter, trapped in the yard. Friends dip quick, love turned to ash, till I rose from the smoke with a rebel stash. I lost years they could never give back, now I'm climbing out the wreck with the truth on my back. Tore me down, but I stood from the start, and I die on this hill, I still listen to my heart.
That song was written for this moment. Written for this moment. Got that song shared to YouTube as well as my Facebook. We got a VIP that just pulled up. Sir, you work inside? And then protest outside of the Department of Justice until somebody will speak. You work inside Main Justice? No? There's a god-awful amount of people that are coming out that don't work in there for them not to let me in. I guess the building's full of visitors, but I can't be one. Yeah, we're going to revisit that. We're going to definitely... It's honestly what I expected. You know, the U.S. Attorney's Office have been culpable, complicit this entire time. They don't get like that as a collective without it being an institutional rot at the main level. Department of Justice. Office of the Attorney General.
Had a lot of this up.
Division. Now, y'all don't want to do your jobs, huh? I need to speak to somebody in the Civil Rights Division. Do y'all have any contacts in the Civil Rights Division? DOJ just does not want to do their job. They will not do their job. You see, that's more examples of it right there. They will not do their job. I mean, this is the biggest scam of taxpayer dollars I've seen. The biggest scam of taxpayer dollars I've ever seen. Yeah, I've called the phone number. Guess what? You sit through a menu for 15 minutes and then don't talk to anybody. It's the most least staffed phone number that they've got. But I bet you civil rights meant a lot to your ancestors, didn't they? I bet you they mean a lot to you. But because I'm a white guy, my civil rights don't matter, right? Is that what this is about? Because I bet you if I was not white and I was sitting here screaming civil rights foul, I bet you there'd be more care. I bet you there'd be more care. But let somebody violate your civil rights, you'd be screaming for the damn trenches. Ain't that a hypocrisy? Sir, I need to speak with somebody at the Civil Rights Division. So the Department of Justice, what do y'all do? A bunch of inaction. Sir, why all the inaction with the Department of Justice? Why all the inaction with the Department of Justice? I threw a hypothetical out there. Something that I figured could get through to this bonehead. Hey, did you get it? Hey, did you pick that booger? Did you get it? Did you get that booger? I gotta know, did you get it? Yeah. Yeah, did you get it? It's an expensive booger to pick on taxpayer dime. I just want to know why the Department of Justice won't do their job. They'll hire a clown like this right here. I need to speak to somebody in the Civil Rights Division. I drove across the country. Why is there so much inaction at the DOJ? You're part of the problem, you know that? Silence is complicity. Silence is complicity. You ever been on the internet? Huh? You ever been in a video that's gone viral before? There's a first for everything. Yourself around. You could actually make a positive difference, but you choose not. Hey, can you comment on the complicity with the Department of Justice? Actually, it's more like culpability at this point. We've gone beyond complicity and we are at culpability at this point. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Everybody rotate. Who in the fuck gave you that much responsibility? They trust you with a control pad and a metal gate? Who the hell trusted you with a gun in the first place? Is that thing a toy gun? Does it shoot real bullets? Sir, would you like to comment on the culpability of the Department of Justice? The criminal culpability of the Department of Justice. Sir, would you like to comment on the criminal culpability of the Department of Justice? Sir, would you like to comment on the criminal culpability of the Department of Justice? So how many times has your dumbass dropped that gate on somebody's car? Because I know it's happened at least a few times. How many times your dumbass opened up the gate on some, or dropped the gate on somebody's car, or brought those things up underneath somebody's undercarriage? I can see you being the type to do it. No, they're not going to answer a motherfucking thing. Like, nothing. Zero. They will not answer a thing. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Justice delayed is also justice denied. Justice certainly been denied by the Department of Justice. They are. They're not just part of the corruption. They are the stem of the corruption. You can't, it's 100%. They are responsible for the corruption. They're the ones that have oversight over civil rights violations run amok with the state. Their Inspector General has oversight over violations that run amok with the feds. And total complicity and culpability at this point, the fact refusing any type of communication whatsoever, even driving across the country to speak. Wait, what happened? What did I do, Gloria? I didn't mean to block somebody for asking what the channel is. If I blocked them, that was oh, who is it? What's the name? Seriously, like, this phone that I have at ride, whenever I go to block somebody, sometimes it. Where are you? All right, what's? I didn't realize. Alright. Don't worry about it? Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to, so I'm sorry about that. Alright. As soon as I get off of here, I'll go to the studio and check for that name and unblock it. It was totally my mistake. I must have been going for somebody else or trying to block somebody else, and the screen jumps around sometimes. If you were asking something about the channel, I had no reason to block you. Trust me, Excuse me, sir. Can I get a comment on the culpability and complicity of the Department of Justice? Hey, it's all right, man. Hey, I apologize. I didn't mean to. So.
They said another one show up, give a 13.
You work in the Department of Justice? Of course you do. Another arrogant prick like the rest. Ma'am, can you speak about the complicity and culpability of the Department of Justice? Ma'am, I'm trying to speak to somebody at the Civil Rights Division. This is bullshit. Y'all aren't doing your fucking jobs. Yeah, I did it horizontally. I chose to sacrifice the trolls. Because I'm going to make sure that I highlighted in full detail the complicity of the Department of Justice. And guess what? They're part of the story now. History's not going to look that kindly on their silence and their refusal to do anything in the face of evil, to be part of it. But history will remember me standing out here and showing, detailing everything out and showing the culpability. They brought the supervisor out. Hey, Leroy. I'd like somebody to speak to me about the culpability, the criminal culpability at the Department of Justice. This is criminal in nature. Criminal culpability, it will not be tolerated anymore. I want to talk to somebody about the criminal culpability of the Department of Justice. This is the biggest waste of tax dollars I've ever seen in my life. I just want y'all to know I'm going to be here every single day. You're going to see me here with a camera in your face until I speak to somebody in the Department of Justice. It's going to get very uncomfortable. Very. But it's going to happen. It's got to happen. We're going to get to know each other very, very well. Very well. Might as well say it'll be on a personal basis. I mean, I'm going to get the names of everybody. I'm going to get, length of time you've been here. I'm going to get the salaries. All right? And I'm going to start publishing names and everything that I can on every individual that I can that works here. Trust me, it's going on the internet. Yours also. Sir, can you speak about the culpability, the criminal culpability of the Department of Justice? Hey, thank you for that, Gloria. Hey, just I appreciate any way I can get it, certainly. Cash App, honestly, helps the most because that comes next month. It's I'm camping out here in DC until I get answers and accountability. Actually, I may have to return to DC because there's something I need to go and I need to go meet up with some people here in the company. I need to speak with somebody at the Civil Rights Division. Do y'all work with the Civil Rights, anything in the Department of Justice? I need to speak to somebody about the criminal culpability going on with the Department of Justice. It's criminal. It's criminal. But if it was happening to you, you'd be crying foul. It's funny. You can laugh. Jackasses. Don't do their fucking job. $135. Come back here. Try to get in touch with somebody in the Senate. I know exactly who to go to.